Hey yo everyone, I am Ignium, and this is the next episode in the God of War playthrough, so let's get to it. We are starting well on this episode, because fast Ignium forgot to unmute the mic for some reason. I don't know what exactly he did. Since this is like around 10 minutes of no voice, no commentary, no nothing. This time, I'm going to add some ramblings on top of it, instead of just not being mute like the issues we had with Blasphemous. Well, Blasphemous was a whole other thing. It was around, I think, 30 minutes, like half an hour of no commentary, just like pain in the ass. But yeah, it is going to be mostly me just rambling and saying random shits. Because just having to, I mean, sometimes I can like comment on something that is going on the screen, like how I fucking hate these sections. Like, I don't like them. It's almost like they're, I mean, it could be that they were indeed intentionally built on purpose, so that it like wastes your time. Because it takes a while, just like walking around over there, and then enemies showing up, and then you have to attack towards nowhere. The combat is not interesting, but you know, possibly made to pad time. But I wonder though, how much time would it increase in the game if you take into consideration these sections though? Because I don't know if it would be like too much. It doesn't make that much sense. Maybe there could be, I mean, any reasons why they decided to add that. I mean, the person who designed it might have liked it. It could be that it was from a previous game and they just added on top of it. There are several reasons, like game development is weird sometimes. Or it could be that they thought, oh, this is going to be like game changing. Then it's just like, it is boring and nuisance. Yeah, if I recall correctly, while I was recording, while I was playing the game, like fast Ignium, I was mostly explaining things about how when I discovered that I was autistic and shit. It is eventually when the audio, like the commentary comes back, I'm going to like do a quick summary on top of it, but it's just, there's no need for me to explain exactly right now. But it is interesting, you know, mostly because when people have, like, for example, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, which is like way more complex than anything. Because it's like, for example, if you are autistic and you don't keep things in check or whatever, it's just like stay in your lane, like doing nothing, like chill. But if you don't take your meds, if you're schizophrenic, boy oh boy, that complicates things. But regardless, people should accept themselves the way they are and try not to bother other people. As long as you're not bothering other people, it's fine. You can do whatever the fuck you want, don't bother others. Like, it is not specifically restricted to other human beings, but living beings in general. Don't bother living beings, regardless if they are humans, animals, sometimes even insects. Who knows? But I remember this section was, if I recall correctly, I'm going to go around, not thinking, but I need to go down there. I need to drop down there. That is the correct location, but apparently I didn't notice that. I mean, hindsight is, as they say, hindsight is 20/20, if I recall correctly. I never understood that well that saying. Oh god damn it, now that I think about it, I'll have to like change the audio to adapt to, so that it doesn't cover all my voice or whatever the fuck. It's a pain. I think it's mostly like these situations happen when I forget and mute myself for no reason. Mostly because of my setup, the way things are done. Because I need to due to not having like a good setup. I need to do like a lot of shit on the behind the cameras. Oh, yeah, dumb fuck. Just although I think there is a bug on that ledge in there, or maybe it is because of the enemies like below, because it doesn't seem to grab the ledge. Yep, see again. I think I died like 3 or 4 times. I don't recall it, but eventually I just noticed, oh no, I shouldn't be dropping down there. Yep, I should be going through here. Although I'm quite sure that I could go through there, but the enemies were blocking the way. Regardless, my setup. There's a lot of software, like behind the scenes, while I am recording things or whatever. There's a bunch of shit going on to filter the audio, to make it so the mic doesn't capture a bunch of shit, especially, for example, the 2 fans that I'm using right now, because in Brazil it's hot as fuck. And in the location that I live, it's even fucking hotter. It is what I often say to people, but people don't believe. I've lived in like what? If you don't know, similar to how the United States work, Brazil has states as well inside of it. I mean, most countries they don't. Some of them don't call exactly by states, but it is quite similar. Although the difference is that in the USA, like states have way more power, let's say, and way more say than in Brazil. In Brazil, it's just a way to make things easier to govern and whatever. It's just like it's not, for example, in the United States, kind of each state is almost like a mini country inside of the whole of the United States, but in Brazil it's just like a separation. It's all a single state, there's no a single country, there's no further separation inside, but still. I've lived in what, 4 states so far? Like in different parts of the country, and it's a very big fucking country. So this is the hottest one, the one that I live right now. It is the hottest. Like, it's just complete fucking nightmare fuel. No, this is not where you should go. Go to the other side. It's over there. You dumb fuck. I mean, in a way, it's a fault of the game for not having proper indications, and although I'd rather the game be like this than having like fucking yellow paint over everything. Just fucking hate. It's just completely hate those locations with yellow paint all over the place. Like, a game that did this very well was Mirror's Edge, because it was optional. Whenever you moved around the world, like, certain places would light up in red. Like, the whole thing lights up in red, or is painted red, so that you finally found the place. It is painted in red so that you know where to go to, and like places that are important for you to look or whatever. But you can disable that in the options. I don't like this section. It is too Resident Evil to me. Just going around finding necklaces, like jewelry, jewels, whatever the fuck, just to activate something that makes no fucking sense. That is bullshit. There are ways for you to do like puzzles like this that don't require these magical things. Although it's a fantasy world, so it's still dumb. Like, there are way better ways to do that. Like, for example, don't have the person find some necklaces. Have him find a piece of the lever that is missing. Like, the game does that sometimes as well, because there are locations where you need to find the pieces of the lever and shit. The crank or whatever the fuck. That is way more nice than it is in makes sense with the thing. Although I understand that I might remove the mysticality of it, but fuck that. It's not that important. But from what I see, it seems that I've rambled for around 10 minutes and it's almost close to returning the thing. And there's going to be a cutscene like very soon, so bye!
The path before Kratos was clear, but still, the memories came rushing back, as familiar and permanent as the blades chained to his wrists. Memories of what he'd done in the name of Ares. Memories of how he'd become a servant to the god of war. A beast. His humanity robbed and replaced only with the will to murder. No one was safe. Entire armies fell before Kratos and the soldiers who followed him on his unending path of conquest, all in the name of his master. Those who offered resistance of any kind were dealt with quickly.
They've built this temple to offer prayers to Athena! This entire village stands as an affront to Lord Ares! Burn this village! Burn it to the ground!
Emboldened by the god of war, Kratos' army was ruthless, feared throughout the world for their brutality. All that mattered was conquest in the name of Kratos, their great leader, who had become near invincible. He feared nothing. But there was something about this temple, something forbidden. All his instincts told him he should never cross its threshold. Never step inside.
Beware, Kratos. The dangers in the temple are greater than you know.
But the village oracle's warning fell on deaf ears. His ambition would not be denied. All who opposed him would die. In that instant, the glory he had reveled in turned to horror. The image of his two final victims would stay with him for all his days. With that act, Kratos knew he could no longer serve his master. He had but one calling now, the death of Ares. He would murder the god of war.
Ares, you will die for what you did that night.
Kratos' part, yep. I muted myself for some reason, and I noticed at the beginning of the cutscene, and just that, yeah, let's leave the cutscene playing. Come on. Yeah, you know what? Let's just, let's just power up this one. Because it is one that I use often. Yeah, I was talking about, I don't know when I muted myself. I don't know even, like, how I muted. But, I mean, I know that how I muted, but what exactly happened for me to mute? Yeah, but this is bigger damage area, more power. Gee. That's a max. Great. Oh, god damn it. Eyes itchy. Yeah, I was mainly talking about how I discovered I was autistic and shit. Main part of it was when I left the session, when I discovered I was autistic. And then afterwards, whenever I say to a person that I'm autistic, like most of the time they just ask me what do I think about it? What was my thoughts? What were my thoughts when I discovered that I was autistic? Because I discovered, like, there's barely 2 years from when it happened. And so going through all your life without knowing you're autistic, you know, it is very problematic. There's a bunch of problems that could have been prevented if only you knew. And then people always ask, like, what did you feel? what did you think when you discovered? And it's just like, well, I was happy. They always look at me like, wait, what? Happy? Just, yeah. Like, imagine, all of the people in the world, all of them, like literally all of the people. How many of them could say that they know why they do things? Why they are the way they are? I can. And for that, I'm happy. That makes me happy. I have the reason, I have an explanation of why I do the things the way I do. It's because I'm autistic. And most people can't and never will, like, discover why they are the way they are. And it's something that you should, like, feel good about yourself and not feel bad, regardless of what condition it is. I think this is the correct way, right? I mean, I don't remember if I left anything behind. Although there's not much to be left behind because I got all of the items, right? Gorgon Eyes, I got all of them, all the Phoenix Feathers, the Poseidon's Trident, the Muse Keys. Yep, I pretty much got all. Only things left now is just powering up everything. This one is probably going to be the next one. Knew it would break. Wait, it seems like it does. Not much, but good amount. I don't know if there is going to be enough souls, orbs, or whatever the fuck to power up everything to the max. The Architect's Tomb. I remember this in a way. Like partially. It doesn't break here. What about the other side? Nope. If I recall correctly, I need to get the... Nah, I'm not gonna say. Sometimes I forget that I played the game, but people that are watching might have not played it. Why am I pressing X and nothing's going on? Is the button on my controller failing? No. All worked correctly. Regardless of the speed that I pressed. Oh, it's going to be timed. Fuck you. And it seems to be already counting. Yep, I hate these. Like, if I keep on top of the thing, like, don't start counting. That is bullshit. Yeah, go up and down. It's not going to go up and down, right? Just because I'm on top of it. Dumb bullshit. Nonsense. And it keeps like doing the thing. Oh. That was a very bad attempt. Very poor attempt. The camera fucking rotating around just confuses you. Also because the... No, that was a bad idea. This is a good idea now. And then we go over there, and then we go here as well, and then it's just here. It's not going to be enough, really. Although there's the second thing in here. What? Oh, don't tell me that I need to do like 2 things at the same time. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? Yeah, I'm quite sure it is. I wonder for how long I stayed muted. Break thing. Is it not going to break? Does it? Yeah, it's not. Doesn't break. I hate when developers place the same items, the same like objects, which behave in different ways. That's like one of my pet peeves. Pet peeves? Is that correct? I don't know if this is like the correct word for this situation. I think it is. Do you open the other thing? Oh, I see, there's a statue in there. Makes sense. Not as hard, not as complicated. Just need to get the other statue, place it in here. And do the thing again, the other side. And then I remove the statue from there and there's a button that it presses. Then, oh boy. He would be a pain. One of the things after I discovered that I was autistic and I started doing is explaining more things. Like paying more attention to explain my thoughts. The ground's cracked here, you can see my room down below. Yes. No, do this. Is it? Does it work? This maybe? If I manage to hit it. No, if I recall correctly, I need to drop something there. Is this going to lock me outside or something like that? Because yep. You know what? Let's do... Oh, I know what is going to happen. Regardless, I'm doing a save state. I'm quite sure that I'm going to... Wait a sec, what happened then? Oh, it switched from PNG to model again. They keep doing this. Come on. That is going to give me a location so that I can... No, I'm just going. Fuck you. Oh, that is a new enemy, isn't it? Yep, it is going to go around and give me... Yep. Possibilities to go up and drop something in there to break the room. To break the floor. Quite weak. They seem to be more armored, but they seem to be weaker at the same time. I think I've seen these guys before. Maybe not with all that armor, but I think I've seen them. Okay. Stop it. Yeah, I think I've seen this. I remember that animation. Although it could be just a recycled animation. Never knew. You bitch, it blocks like a motherfucker. There we go. All of them? They give a bunch of souls as well. I mean, as far as I remember, I killed most of the... every single enemy that I've came across. And I grabbed all of the chests that I've seen. There's no way that those coffins in there. Great. Works. Was not expecting for it to break, although it looks... It has all the signs of a thing that will break. I'm quite sure that those coffins can be broken. I forgot what I was talking about. But there's no way to climb here. Yeah, this is going to turn into a nightmare very quick. Although I have Rage of the Gods. Can I use this to kill the dudes? Boys, like right there. Pull the tongue. Yeah, it's going to... No, that's not it. Okay. Though it allows me to go in here. Completely forgot what I was talking about. Today's has been a day. I forgot a bunch of shit that I was talking about. Oh, managed to get in there. I need to... Oh, ice. Yep, just go towards there. Ah, this rotation is weird as fuck. I'll leave it there because it allows us to go up and down. Although I wonder if there could be any use for the crane besides this. Could we rotate all the way around and drop on top of the fuckers and sheesh, all of them are transformed. Oh fuck. Well, come on. Come on, come on. This is maximum. We could improve the Army of Hades. Yep, it makes the souls more powerful and it's going to attack all of them. So we release the Army of Hades and then we return on the Rage of Gods. And then we release the Army of Hades. And then we switch to the ability more powerful souls. Yeah, okay. 10,000 orbs, that's a bunch. And then we change to Poseidon's Rage. And then we use both at the same time. Should work. No, buddies. No. Okay, they're all there. No. Fucking stop, you dickheads. And I'm back. It's future Ignian again. Well, this moment right here. Past Ignian muted himself again. But it was not exactly his fault. Because it is the fault of the Rage of the Gods. Because the same... you need to press both analog sticks in order to activate Rage of the Gods. Problem is that I use the right analog stick, like the pressing of it, to mute myself, because it's way quicker for me to mute myself than having to find a fucking shortcut on the keyboard and having to remember the keyboard and having to remember the shortcut. And in case I'm playing a game, it is way easier for me to mute myself so that I don't need to like take the hand out of the gamepad. And if I'm playing on the keyboard, I leave the gamepad close by and just press it, just open palm on top of the analog stick, and just works. It would be better to have a separate keyboard. I might, you know what? I might buy a separate keyboard, like a separate numpad kind of thingy, just so that I have like some shortcuts nearby or whatever the fuck. It would be way easier because I could buy a string deck, but it's fucking expensive here in Brazil. It's just no fucking way. It's just like there's no reason for it to do that. So yep, this section is weird. I still don't understand why they placed these. I'm thinking something about it right now. Because if you kill like the small ones, you get way less orbs. But if you kill the bigger ones, like see, there's like way more orbs on it. I'm thinking right now, if the orbs that you miss in the past, if they are assigned to future chests that you open. So that, for example, the chest that I opened like a little before this section, they have a bunch of orbs in there. Could it be like certain orbs that I missed from the past? Because if it is, that is a very interesting way to balance the game. Because it allows you freedom to not having to do all of the things, and if in case you miss things, because we know that they do that with this thing, like grabbing the enemy, just like tossing it up and down, and just like poor thing. But yeah, we know that there's a system in place similar to that does with the Gorgon Eyes and with the Phoenix Feathers. That is like that is how it works, kind of. Because it places things around and just makes it easier in case you miss it. Right now I was standing still, I remember this. I was pondering if there was a chest behind that I could grab and fill my health. Or if it was I couldn't remember if it was a magic chest, a health chest, or if it was one of those mixed ones that kept switching. But as you can see, it was a mixed one. But yeah. It is going to end like pretty soon. Pretty soon, like up those stairs. Yep, it is going to end. See ya. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I see you next time.